Alrighty, welcome to Chobo Team League Week 2. This will be LiT Esports versus Paragon's Perfection. As you can see on the score overlay already, there were a couple of walkovers this week, that's why it is already 1-1. Shadowrunner versus Polyester was a walkover in favor of ParaOP, and Kenji versus Chief Day was a walkover in favor of LiT. So, walkovers aside, it is still pretty much an even match. 0-0 in theory. It's just kind of changed into a best of 5 rather than a best of 7 for all intents and purposes. But we're going to get into our first match real quick here. It's going to be a gold match, Random versus Zerg, starting on Central Protocol. And I don't really feel like talking too much, so I'm just going to start casting games. I think it should be okay with everybody. So, getting into our first game here, spawning in the top right of Central Protocol, our purple Zerg player for Paragon's Perfection. This is Fuzzles. And his opponent in the top left, our green random player spawning as Terran for LiT Esports. This is Edennil. Now, Central Protocol is actually a map that I veto very quickly. So because this really, I don't know, weird kind of natural main setup bothered me. And also when I vetoed it, it did have those rocks still over here in the main base entrance. So it's nice to see that those are gone now and aren't really as much of an issue. So maybe I can stop vetoing this map and play on a little more and get a little more experience on it. But as it stands, I don't want to play on this map ever, so I'm interested to see what these players are going to pull out for me. It is close by air. Yeah, close by air spawns here. For close by ground would be vertical rather than horizontal, so close by air. I mean, there's not really a ton that can happen here, but Liberators are extremely popular right now in TVZ. So if Edennil, is aware of that and figures out where his opponent spawns, maybe he wants to go for a build like that where he does rush out those Liberators and is just super annoying to his opponent all game long. Likewise, quick mutas could be super annoying from the Zerg player because they're going to be over there instantly, and there's a lot of dead airspace for those mutas to fly around in and be nice and safe. So if he does decide to do that, it's not going to be a terrible decision. It's be easy for him to dart in and get some damage done and dart right back out. But Fuzzles is revealed. His overload does pop in, see the command center, and assuming Edennil has any bit of map awareness, he probably saw it overload, so he knows his opponent did spawn horizontal to him. So to see what happens with this first guy, we do have a Reaper on the way and immediately into a first Marine before like a reactor or anything, so there should be a pretty quick factory coming down from our Terran player to start off this game. On the other side, pretty standard opening here from Fuzzles. He did go hatch into gas in the pool. I do believe just getting up to 100 gas and he actually pulled out, but he's not starting. He didn't start speed or anything, so I'm not really sure what he's planning to do with that gas. But Reaper pops in here, and the grenade does go off, and he does get one drone kill. Queen's actually kind of late, so this Reaper is probably going to get a few more kills before it's actually shoot away. And actually being a little bit overly cautious, he ran away pretty quickly there and even ran from 2 slow Zerglings. The Queen does pop out, so this Reaper should be more or less shut down, but those are extremely annoying to deal with the grenades that they have now. I mean, we do see that factory has come down any second gas from Edennil, so I'm almost hoping I'm right about the Liberators. Maybe this is that bunny build. There we go. There's a starport immediately after the factory is done. There is a reactor coming down on the barracks, but this could also just be like a Widow Mine drop or something like that, depending on what the factory does decide to spit out of it. It's gonna be Hellions. It's gonna be Hellions. All right, so the hope is, the dream is alive for that bunny build. As soon as the starport finishes, if he does throw down that fusion core for Liberator range, then I can start getting excited. And I love this Marine over here by Edennil. Just making sure that if this Overlord that he saw earlier does come back and try and scout, he can at least start shooting it and keeping it back for a little while. Actually, a couple more barracks coming down rather than anything else. Is there a fusion core? No fusion core yet. No fusion core. He is dealing with this, trying to micro this Reaper over on the other side of the map. How many kills does this Reaper have? Only 2 kills, so fairly well done by Fuzzles, making sure that Reaper isn't extremely annoying. There we go, there's the fusion core. That's what I was waiting for. Just a little bit delayed there from Edennil. He does have a couple more barracks coming up. He does have the gas to start pumping out one Liberator, but with these extra barracks, that's going to be a whole lot of units coming out. And actually, I think these players played on the old Gameheart mod because it doesn't have the logos. It doesn't have the logos for the new units like the Liberator, or I saw this earlier. I was watching Y54 and Vivid casting CT6 versus All In. It didn't have the image for what's that unit? What's that super annoying unit? Adepts. It didn't have the little micro image for Adepts. And there we go. Liberator range is coming here for Edennil, and with this 3-hatch opener and a Roach Horn coming out, this shouldn't be, I don't know, it shouldn't be too difficult for Fuzzles to deal with, assuming he's going to get Ravagers to help him with those Liberators. But still, it's very difficult to deal with, because once that Liberator range kicks in, it's so hard to get on top of it, especially with the amount of units that Edennil's can be pumping out at the same time. He's got 3 barracks worth of production capable, though he's actually not producing anything right now. He's going to pop into the 3rd base, and there's actually nothing really here. Queen's getting ready to pop out, but this is going to be a lot of roasted drones here for Fuzzles, poor guy. And actually, the Hellions are actually going after the Queen, because really, there's literally there's nothing here. There's nothing to deal with this. So 7 drones go down. This Queen is now off a creep and probably going to die as well. It's going to go down, so a really nice start here for our green Terran player, and he hasn't even kicked in with the Liberators yet. He does have a second one on the way. Liberator range is about, I don't know, 60-75% done here. So once that kicks in, and we do have some roaches that are come out, but, well, he needs time. He just needs a little bit of time to be able to get some Ravagers and actually, realize this is coming. I don't know if he's actually seen Liberators just yet. And is he going to put this in this little ramp here? I think he is, actually. Oh, he's just kind of rallying it like crazy. Okay, he wanted to get behind this natural mineral line first. That's what he really wanted to do. Well, he's going somewhere. He's going off to La La Land. There's so much dead space back here. Holy crap, this map is ridiculous. So this is going to be even worse for Fuzzles to try to deal with, especially since he doesn't even have a Spire on the way. He does have a lair, so he can make one, but this Liberator already has 5, 6, it's going to be 7 here in a second. No, this is just out of the range. I figured this poor little guy would get killed too, but 7 kills, or 6 kills, that's quite a bit. And another Liberator popping over into the other base. And how many workers has our Zerg player lost so far? 15 workers killed right now. He still has a worker lead and he still has a base lead, but eventually this is going to start getting really, really bad. Behind this, Edennil has his tech going. He's got 2 tech labs on his barracks. He's not actually making, he's not getting combat shield at the same time as he's getting stim or anything, but he is denying so much mining right now. This main base is just barely be able to mine at all. 3rd base, Hellions running in once again. They will get taken out by the Queen over here. And there are a hefty number of roaches here for Fuzzles. I'm sorry, that's a ridiculous name to be saying over and over. There are a large number of roaches here, so he's safe from a ground attack at the moment, but right now there's no answer for these Liberators. There's no answer for the Liberators, and they're just killing so much of his economy. I mean, despite that, he is pretty even, but 3rd command center is coming up here for Edennil as well, and again, that's a rather large army sitting back home for him. No medevacs yet. As I said, there is 1 medevac on the production tab, but any stemming that Edennil does in the next 30 seconds is going to be really, really costly. There's not much you can actually do with it, and this Liberator here is also being annoying. This one has 13 kills. Oh my goodness. 13 kills, 8 kills on these Liberators. It's so much work done. This is so difficult to deal with, and even a Ravager gets killed, and he doesn't actually kill off the Liberator. That's got to be depressing. It's close. It was close to dying, but I mean that one Ravager dying is rather huge, and with essentially, I don't know, half a base mining total. Maybe he has like 1 base mining total in drones. Actually, I think he's gonna try to make a Spire to say, "Hey, I'm so tired of this crap." Well, maybe not. But both armies are actually posturing on opposite sides of the map here, so this could be a really awkward couple of minutes once, someone makes a move. 1 Liberator moving forward just to give a little bit of protection here for this Bioforce, which again has 1 single medevac, but this 3rd base is going to be killed off rather quickly. And what's he going to do with these roaches? He's got a bunch of Ravagers morphing on the other side of the map, but there's nothing back home. There's nothing back home at all. 3rd base goes down, more and more drones will go down too. I mean, how many workers is this so far? 41 workers killed. Edennil does see this army coming into his main base. He's going to lift some depots, but there's not much here. Ravagers shooting their bile, and well, this is a rather large army for fuzzles. It does have +2/+2 even. But on the other side of the map, Edennil is taking out absolutely everything in the main and natural base. At the same time, of course, Edennil is going to lose his natural command center. This is going to be turning into a rather strange situation of pretty much of a base race, but you never want to get into a base race with the Terran when you don't have mutas. And he doesn't have any mutas. One of the really good things right now for fuzzles is the fact that Edennil has so few medevacs. He's only got 2? He's got 3. 3 to heal up this little bioforce that's stimming over and over. And it's so many roaches. Oh, there's a couple tanks on the high ground that are just shooting off. Poor rally from fuzzles. He's going to walk back into it. Oh, walk away from it. There you go. There we go. Fuzzles is going to tap out there. So GG. Well played. Game number 1 will go to LiT Esports. So congrats to them. I'll take a moment, restart the recording, and get into our next game, which is going to be Solid versus DDL.